Yeah. So first we create project, then we are creating the package. Okay, fine. To create a package, I'm telling the story, right? Yeah. So we have to create a package with following some naming conventions. Okay, now we have to follow some naming conventions. Fine. To show that naming conventions, now I'm talking about documentation, right? Yes. So any product you are purchasing, you having some help documentation which consists of features of that product and specification of that product it contains. Similar way, even for software also, any software is launched, every software having its own API documentation. Yes. So what that API document contains means that project related libraries which are defined by that product, all the presented in that API documentation. So we are developing our programs in Java 8 version. So Java 8 API documentation we have to take as a reference for to see that what are the libraries exist in it. Okay. If I am working with a Java 9, then you prefer document Java 9. Yes or no? Suppose you're purchasing Shift LDI, you're not bothered about ZDI variant of Shift because you want features of LDI only because you freeze like to purchase Shift LDI. So respect to document we have to follow. Okay, na ZDI features will not be there, right? Because you're purchasing LDI features only will be there. Similar way, 8 version you want to build and execute, you have to follow 8 version of Java documentation. Yes, where I can open the 8 documentation of Java means just in a Google, you search with the Java 8 API. So if you want 9 means Java 9 API, just search with that keyword. Okay, just click on overview, Java platform SC8 Oracle Help Center. Here we can see, friends. So Java platform standard edition 8 API specification document. If we search with 9 specification document will open. Okay. Here we can see in Java project left side, we can see 3 frames are there. First frame, second frame, third frame, like this we have a frames. In first frame, we have many packages. We have java.applet, java.adt, java.adt color, like this have so many packages are there in Java, friends. So if I click any one of the package, a package consists like a group of interfaces and classes. See, click any other package. If I click on java.io, this package IO having some group of interfaces and classes, which means in a project we have a packages. Under the packages we have classes and interfaces. This is what that the Java maintains. If I click any one of the class here in the second frame, the right side we can see buffer input stream is a class which consists like some fields, data fields it contains, and it has some constructors and it has some behaviors or methods, whatever we call. These all the predefined libraries defined by the Java 8 community. Java community 8 version. These are the libraries got available in 8. Suppose think 100 libraries are there in 8. 9 got launched means what is that meaning? Which means along with the 100, some more libraries got added. That's the meaning says, right, friends? Any new version is coming means new enhancements, functionalities got added. Similar way. Okay, na? If you're working with Java, it means Java 8 documentation you use. 9 with 9 Java 9 were working means 9 version you use for reference. Okay, na? Fine. So under the project, we must create a package. In creating the package, we have to follow some naming conventions. If you can observe in these existing packages of Java, every package name starts with the lowercase. If you can observe, Java J lowercase, everything starts with the lowercase. This is the first thumb rule while creating the package. Second thumb rule is the package name should be as a what project you're working, that project name should be given as a first name as a package. Is all the Java libraries. So I was giving Java as a starting name, starts with the lowercase. That's the second thumb rule. Third thumb rule is every package name should maintain dotted structure. See java.applet, java.adt color, java.adt.data transfer, like this we are maintaining that. So is there any reason behind of maintaining dotted structure? Yes, it maintains subfolders internally. Java.applet, if I click on it, Java is one folder, applet is one subfolder, Under that, interfaces classes will be presented under the applet folder. As to make understand, so in our computer, if you want to organize different language movies as category based, then how you manage? In E drive, movies one folder I create. Under that, language subfolders I'll create like English, Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, like this. Under the English subfolder, I go inside and I will create one more subfolders like horror movie, action movie, comedy movie, romantic movie. Like this subfolders I create. As language respective, as category respective, I will store respective movies over there. If I feel moody, I want to watch some English comedy movies, what I do? I go to the E drive, I go to the movies folder, I go to the English folder, in that go to the comedy movies folder, in there I will click one of that comedy movie. How simple to access? Similar way, maintaining packages in a dotted structure internally represents as a subfolder. Java is one folder, applet is one subfolder. Under the applet, we have this group of interface and classes under this applet subfolder. Okay, now? So thumb rule is, first thumb rule is starts with the lowercase. Second thumb rule means which client, which project you're working, that project name we have to give static and maintain as a dotted structure. These are the guidelines we have to follow in creating the package. Just right click on your project to create a package. Right click on what project you want to create a package, right click on project, new package. There you give the package name, don't give uppercase, use the warning, no error, just use the warning. Usually starts with the lowercase, package name usually starts with the lowercase. So, and starts with the company domain. If I suppose I was working with the Kotak Bank, Kotak, giving for that, starting in the lowercase. So in this Kotak Bank, we have various modules are there. One of the main module is a loans. Under the loans, we have a subcategories like car loans, home loans, mortgage loans, personal loans, like this. Whatever you want. So we can do like this. How simple to understand. Yes, this project is meant for Kotak Mahindra. In this main module is the loans. Under that sub module as a car loans. In the car loans, we'll having the all the car loans related functionalities will be defined in it. So just click on finish. One package got created. Likewise, I can create n number of packages down my projects. Here, in this documentation, see in Java, how many packages are there? So many are there in Java project. Similar way, we can also create n number of packages under your own project also. If you want to create one more package, means what to do? Right click on a project, new package. We have tried completely Kotak.loans.home loans, like this we have to do. Instead of typing completely like this, I will tell you one workaround. On existing package, you right click. For the first time, right click on project only. Second time onwards, you take chance to right click on existing package. What is the advantage? Means no need to type completely. Just simply we will change wherever we require. That's home loans. So exist any package existing, you open it, right click, package. So whatever you want, we can do that. Like this, in one project, we can create n number of packages. Internally, how it is represented means subfolders, as it says. If you want, let me show you. If you know the working directory of your project manually, you can go and open it. Otherwise, if you don't know, nothing to bother. Right click on your project, properties, and resources. Here in the resources, if you click on location is there, D drive, Jan 2022 WD, and this is the project name. And click on this arrow mark which routes to your project working directory. See friends, this is your project, Feb 2022, 9:30 AM, Java batch. If I go inside, there is a SRC folder. Is there right? Yes. Under this, Kotak is one folder. Loans is one subfolder. Under this, car loans, home loans, personal loans are some subfolders got created. Internally represents as a subfolder when maintaining package as a dotted structure as naming convention. I hope everyone is clear. Yes. Next, under these packages, what we are going to be create. Here, if I click any one of the package, what it contains under the package, it contains some interfaces and some classes are defined in a package. Okay, now to create a class or interface, we must follow some naming conventions where you can observe here camel case. So in the classes buffered input stream, if I talk, how many words are there? 3 words are there. Buffered input stream. Buffered B caps input I caps stream S caps camel case. Not only for classes to create, the same camel case should be followed for interfaces also. See data input, data D input I, caps or not, camel case. So to create a class or interface, we must follow some naming conventions. Camel case needs to follow. And which package you want to create a class, you select that package, right click on it, new class. Just do that. See, if I give lowercase means it gives warning or not. See here. Java type name usually starts with the uppercase, not with the lowercase. Okay, na? First class. So is a class I've given it. How many words you want to frame as a class? Your wish, but each word starting character must be the uppercase, which is camel case. Fine. For every class you create, the default access modifier will be the public, and the super class always be the object class. Access modifier is by default public, super class is object class. Friends, first class is my user defined class. Not only user defined class, even for predefined class also, default access modifier is public, super class is the object class. If you want, I can show you that. So I was clicking on buffered input stream. For this class, what is the access modifier? Public. And who is super class for this? Object class. Take any other class like file class. See here, what is the access modifier for this class? Public. Who is super class for file? Object class. Take any other file reader, filter reader. Even access modifier for this is public. Super class is object class. So the conclusion for this is that for any class you create, either user defined class or predefined class, the default access modifier will be the public and super class always be the object class. Next, coming to next here, public static void main string args. For every class to execute, where main method is a starting execution point, public static void main string args. Just check the checkbox and click on finish. This is what structure class creates. First class is a class having open close curly brackets. Inside we have a main method. This is a main method. If I want to run this class, just click on green color run button. Okay, na? If I click on it, it's getting executed, but nothing is giving as an output because no statements were there to print. That's why nothing is giving as the output. If we want to print any message, yes, we use a statement called system.out.println. If you want to print any message in Java, this is the statement we use, system.out.println. No need to remember all these names. In each word, 3 characters enough to call it. So here, system SYS, in out OUT. Just give control space without any spaces. Just to save this program and run this program. Now you can see the message hi in console window coming on. Hi message coming, right? And moving down. Yeah, hi message. Okay, like this. Likewise, I can create n number of classes under my package. See how it is. See how it is. So many classes. How are there? Similar way. Yes, in my project also I can create in my package so many classes I can create. So if you want to create one more class, what to do? Right click on it, new class. Let's give as a second class. So default access modifier is the public, and super class is the object class. Super class is the object class. Okay, and there is a main method is there, public static void main. string args is there. So I was not selecting this main method, clicking on finish. Now see friends, without main method, I was created one new class called second class. Now let's try to run this program. What happens? It was giving output as giving the message as hi in a console window. So which means for every class to run, main method is a must to execute that, because I never give main method. It was giving output of previous class executed results. Okay now, so what I will do, so you must have a main method for every class to run. Okay, for every class main method is an engine. Now friends, I never check that public static void main string option. So how can I do I need to type completely? Means not required. See friends, what is the method name of this main? Means main is a method name. Just you type main as a method name, control space. Just give control space. Click on it. Main method comes here. Now, you want to print the statements, yes, you can print using system.out.println. Shortcut is in each word 3 characters, SYS OUT. That's it. Just run this program. Coming right? If you want to increase or decrease the font sizes, yes, we can do that. Just by clicking on Control press to increase the font. To decrease the font is Control minus, Control press. Okay, fine. Suppose next. Friends, we have some Java, some predefined classes are there. Predefined classes are there in Java. Yes. Suppose you want any of the class you want to use in our current project. If you want to use any existing libraries in your current project, yes, we can make use. How can I? Suppose I want file input stream. I want file input stream class. I want to use in this. So what I will do? File control space. And once I give file control space, so many are coming libraries with starting with file. But friends, I must screen out. How many words are there in file input stream? 3 words, right? File input stream. In each word, starting 3 characters should give. That's it. In file input inp stream str control space. It was filtered or not? Yes, earlier FILE given means so many has come. In each word, first 3 characters given control space means relevant text only will be displaying. Okay, na? File input stream. Then we can select like this. In each word, 3 characters you provide, you control space. Automatically it will come. Got it, friends? Is everyone following or not?
Yes, sir. Sir, one
Next,
doubt.
friends. Yes.
Sir, how code will check by line in compiler?
That's a compiler. Will take care.
Where to see how compiler is checking line by
Central
line?
process, sir. In central, compile is happening internal, right?
ఓకే అంటే నా డౌట్ వచ్చేసి లైక్ సి లో స్టెప్ బై స్టెప్ వెళ్తుంది కదా సార్ ఫస్ట్ సెకండ్ లైన్ చెక్
Debugging,
చేసి
sir.
థర్డ్
See,
లైన్
that's what. See, if you want to execute line by line, it's called debugging. If you want to know, suppose 10 lines of code is there. You want to see the working flow, how it is going on. You have to do the debugging. That's called debugging.
ఓకే
See, different, sir. See, we have to do the compile, then only we can run the program. Okay, na? So when we
Okay,
run
sir.
this program, it actually compiles and runs the program here. In the case of Java, compilation, running, everything happens one. Okay, na?
Okay.
In Java.
Okay,
In
sir.
C, we have to compile it, then we have to run it. Got it, sir?
Yes, sir, got it.
Yeah. While compilation will come to know any syntax errors, any spelling mistakes are there, compilation time it is going to be caught. Yes or no? Even here also,
Yes.
see, suppose I'm giving this out, I'm not giving something out like this. I'm getting some error or not? This compile time error or not?
Yes, sir.
Before execution, spotting this error. This is called compile time error. So in C case, what is the compilation? To check every code is perfect or not. Any syntax errors are there, any spelling mistakes are there, to find out we use the compile. Yes or no?
Yes.
The automatic compilation runs. When we are running this, automatically compiles done, and also see. It is compile time errors are there means runtime error, compile time errors are there means can we run this program? No, right? No, right? Any
Got it, sir.
the program means we can't even run also. Okay, no need to explicitly no need to run this compilation in this case of Java. Okay, na? Fine.
Yeah, got it.
Now, friends, we have seen that basic idea of how to create a class and how to get a main method shortcut and how to get use the existing classes in a shortcut I shown you. And next, coming to that, friends, inside a class, what it contains? Inside a class, what it contains? It contains some data fields and some constructors and some behaviors we have. So these many we can plan inside a class. Data fields, constructors, and behaviors we can plan inside a class. Suppose if I define some behaviors like a public void some m1, I was having some methods m2, some m3, some m4, and some m5. Like this, we have so many methods are there. Nah, and so many methods are there like this. Nah, m6. We can have, right? Class contains properties, data properties, behaviors, and some constructors we can have. Of course, I'm entering so many behaviors. M1, M2 behavior, M3 behavior, M4, M5, M6, M7, M8, like this main method, like all the behaviors inside the class. I can maintain, right, friends? Here the meaning is here. This buffer input stream class, yes, it has so many classes, methods. Yes, now suppose I was in this page. Of course, I have given samply two lines of methods when I have given that. Of course, once we build a programs in a method, all the operations will be defined inside a methods only. All the operations will be defined inside these methods only. Of course, the operations will be 10 lines of code, 100 lines of code, 200 lines of code, whatever, doesn't matter, right? So then the code will be very lengthy, right? We are having so many methods. We don't know where is my required method is there in this out of this 1,000 lines of code. It was quite difficult to remember where is my method. In that case, what we do, you know, you use one shortcut as Control O. Outline window opens. Control O. What is shortcut? Control O. Outline window. Suppose you want to go to the main method or method 8. Just click on method 8. It went to method 8 or not? Your required method you want to traverse, but you don't know where it is. Out of thousands of lines of code, where is your required method? It's quite difficult to remember all those things. So better you do that. Just do Control O as shortcut in the keyboard, and just you want to see the M3 functionality. Just click on M3. It goes to M3. Control O. If you want to go to main method, just click on main method like this. Is everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
Is the outline window to move from one line to other line to your required functionality. Okay now? Yes, fine. Next step. Any methods you want to call means what to do? Just a method name, control space if you give means complete structure will comes. Got it? And any class also you want means just in a class how many words are there in each word, first 3 characters. If you provide control space, then automatically your required class will come. Yes or no? Fine. Next, we'll talk about what is a Java class in detail. Now, friends, before talking about what is the Java class, let me tell you 1 second, friends. I'm getting call. Yes, friends, for any kind of application you are building, we require two things. One is data and second is operation. Yes, to make understand, suppose I was doing some operation. I was doing some operation. Suppose I'm having bank account. I'm having some bank account. I want to know my bank transaction history. So what I will do, I'll go to the banker requesting for, can you please provide my bank transaction history. What banker is asking you, friends? He's asking a data of your bank account. Bank account is data or not? Yes. Without providing a data, any operation can be processed. Without providing data, any operation
No,
can be
sir.
processed.
No,
All
sir.
right. So here, for every operation to happen, data is a must. Data is a must. So which means, so we must plan inside a class some data properties and some behaviors. So a class contains some data fields and behaviors. So a class contains, of course, data properties and some nothing but methods. Data properties means data, and also it contains what? Constructors also. Yes or no? Yeah. So class contains data properties or data fields and behaviors and constructors. What I shown you here. Behaviors, constructors, and data properties are fields, whatever we say. Okay, now? Fine. These are things we are planning inside a class. Of course, constructor will be by default for every class. Make sure for every class there will be one constructor inside a class. If you want, I can show you that, friends. Friends, you know that what I created? Just I created class. In this class, I have a main method. That's it. Along with this two, one more thing will be there. That's called constructor. That's called default no parameter constructor. That will be there for every class you create. If you want, I can show you. But these things we have to create initially. This thing automatically will be there. Let's do that. Friends, tell me, I created so many classes, first class and second class like this. What is the extension type of these classes? Come on. What is the extension for these saved classes?
Dot Java.
Huh? Dot
Dot
Java. For every dot Java, corresponding dot class file will be there. For every dot Java, corresponding dot class file will be there. Let me show you. Let me go to physical location project. This is what, right? Come back. In SRC folder, contact folder, loans folder, in car loans folder, we can see first class, second class of type, what type? Java type files. Okay, now come back. Instead of going to SRC, go to the bin folder. I said, right, for every dot class, dot Java, corresponding dot class files will be there. Where those are presented in bin folder. Is got created by JVM. Okay, JVM is creating this bin folder. Bin, same structure, Kotak, loans folder, car loans folder. Here we can see first class, second class of type, class type. So got it, friends? Every dot Java corresponding dot class fields will be there. In this dot class file only, there is one constructor of the class for what class you created. The constructor will be same as the class name, look like as a method only. Understanding? See, if I open this class, right click, edit. Here we can see, of course, we don't see anything. Some machine language is there. So friends, dot class file directly we cannot see either in a notepad or a editor or a node plus plus, anywhere we can't see the dot class file information directly. If we want to see that dot class file information, we must use some decompiler tool. We must use some decompiler tool. What is a decompiler? We use CAVAJ. To make you understand, friends, earlier, if you want to run the Java programs in a DOS prompt, first we have to compile the Java program and we have to run it. So how do we compile it? Using the command called javac. Javac means Java compiler. The command is javac and we give the program. Yes or no? Yes, that command name you reverse it, CABAJ. That is the decompiler tool. With the help of the CABAJ decompiler tool only, we can see the dot class files informations as perfectly. So I already downloaded CABAJ decompiler tool in my system and I have installed in my computer. So let me open that CABAJ. KVAJ. For reverse means Java, so it comes, right? Yes. This is a decompiler tool. With this help only, I am dragging this second class of class type file. See friends, one constructor is there or not? Constructor is look like as a behavior or not? What friends? The name of constructor is same as the class name or not? Yes. So for every class you create, there will be one constructor that's called default no parameter constructor we call. Okay now, but we have to create this data properties and behaviors. By default these will not come. You have seen that, right friends? Here default the data properties behaviors are coming, constructors only coming up, constructors only coming. Okay now, fine. Now let's plan some data properties and behaviors in a class. Let's plan some data properties and behaviors inside a class. Okay, how many data properties, how many behaviors, how do I know? Client requirement, client is saying, Ravi, I want to do some calculations. What kind of calculations are? I want to do the addition, I want to do the subtraction. Yes, how many behaviors totally we have to define? 2 behaviors I must define. One is public void and one more behavior is for subtraction. Public void sub. Where public is an access modifier, where void is a return type, nothing is written through this method, where add is one method, add of sub of is one method. This is a method brackets. Okay now? Fine. 2 behaviors I plan because 2 operations I need to happen. One is addition behavior and second is subtraction. Friends, here inside these behaviors, I must give the addition implementation and subtraction implementation in this respective methods. For that, I require some data or not? Yes, I must require some data properties. How many are required? Integer data we require to do the addition subtraction. 2 input variables, 1 output variable. Okay, now of type integer. Int a equals to b equals to 20, and to store the result one more variable as a result. Like 3 data properties I planned in a class and 2 behaviors planned in a class. Inside these planned behaviors I must implement the addition subtraction operations. Result result equals a plus b. Let me print the result. This out. Let's give addition of a and b is. And come to the subtraction behavior. Result equals to a minus b. This out subtraction of a and b is. So here plus is doing the addition. Here plus is doing the concatenation. What is the difference here? Means difference. Here a and b are of type integer type data. When 2 number type variables, a and b are integer means number type variables or not? The number type variables in the sense is both can be a integer data or both can be a float data, or one can be integer, one can be float. Any type, nothing matters. All are number type or not. If between the place 2 number type variables are there, means these does the addition. In the case here plus is we are talking as a concatenation. What's the meaning? Here result is a number type variable as integer, but left side to the plus is represented in double quotations is called as a string object. Plus the before is a string, plus after this is an integer. So when 2 different data types between plus is there, means it does the concatenation, combining addition of a and b is, and giving result as a 30 as a result like this. Okay now? Yes, we have planned some data properties and some behaviors according to that plan, according to the requirement. Sorry. Then we are running this program. What happens? It will give the message only hello message, which is in a class main method what we have given. But what we have planned data properties behaviors are not getting executed, because if we want to access this planned data properties and behaviors for this class, we have to create an object. With a class object reference a variable only, we can access what are all we planned data properties behaviors we can access. Okay, where can I create object for this class is the question comes. Yes, in a main method, for every class we have a main method where generally execution starts over there. Here we have to create object for the class. Before creating class object, let me show you some indentations. So x equal to some 100 I was storing, friends. So here to make understand you, so where 100 is an integer object, 100 is a integer object where I am storing into one variable called x. What is the type of this x? Integer. Because why? Object is integer object, type is of type int type. Now one more, company name, prefix. Now prefix is a string object. Anything is represented in double quotations is a string object. That is storing into variable cname is of what type? String type. String object storing into of type string type. Integer object storing into int type. Understanding? A similar way, I am creating object for this class to access the class plan properties and behaviors. So what is the process of creating class object? Yes, new is a keyword. New class name of. This is what we call class object. Like 100, how we call integer object. Anything given double quotations is called string object. Class object means new keyword with the class name of is called class object. Where we store integer object and string object into some variables. A similar way, class object also I was storing into one variable. Any name we can use that. And what is the type of this x? Int, because integer object int type, string object string type, second class object of second class type. Understanding, friends? This is process of creating the class object. So new second the class name I'm giving is called class object. Storing into one variable. The name can be given anything. And this what type of object? What is type of this? What object was second class object? Storing into of type second class type. Okay. Now with this class reference variable obj dot, now we can see, friends, we can call a variable from second class, b variable from second class, result variable from second class, add method from second class, sub method from second class. Anything can access. Okay. Run this program. See, hello message is coming, and addition of a and b 30 is coming, subtraction of a and b is -10 is coming. Understanding, friends? So let's have question. What is the class means? Class contains data properties and behaviors. So what kind of behaviors are those? Means we should say concrete behaviors. Concrete behaviors means the behavior which has a body, open close curly brackets. These kind of behaviors we call as a concrete behaviors. Inside concrete behaviors we can use some body implementation. Okay now, class contains properties and behaviors of type concrete behaviors. How can we access these class properties and behaviors? Just by creating object of the class in a main method. The process is new class name of storing into one variable of type what class object we created, the same class type as written in the use. With this class reference we can access. Next, can we create more than one objects for a class? Means yes, we can create a number of objects for single class. To make understand, suppose if you have one building plan can be executed to construct many villas. Yes or no? One building plan is there with you. The same plan I can execute in constructing many villas. Yes or no? What friends?
Yes, sir. We can build.
A similar way, class is a plan or template. Having class plan means one class plan can execute for n number of times just by creating objects. Even to construct many villas in executing same building plan. Of course, wherever you construct, everywhere you purchase the building blocks. Yes or no? In suppose 10 villas you want to purchase. In villa 1, you purchase some building blocks. Villa 2, you purchase building blocks to execute the constructing. Yes or no? A similar way, one class plan to execute. Yes, we can create n number of objects. Class is collection of objects. One class plan can execute for n number of times just by creating the class object. Obj1 of type second class type. Class is collection of objects. For one class, we can have a obj for obj1. I hope everyone is clear about this project creation, package creation, class creation with naming conventions and shortcuts to increase and decrease the fonts and calling the method shortcuts and calling the classes shortcuts and printing the statement shortcuts and what is a class, what it contains, and the class contains what data properties, behavior and constructors, and how do we access with class object creation, everything is done, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Doubt, sir.
One second, sir. Hello.
Okay.
Do now.